Good morning from St. Petersburg, the northern capital of Russia. My name is Natalia, and today I will be a virtual tour guide. We're beginning our tour with the Peter and Paul Fortress, the cradle of St. Petersburg, from which the history of the city began. And the fate of St. Petersburg was to become the naval capital of Russia. Quite unusual, but St. Petersburg was founded in the course of the Northern War against Sweden. This war was waged by Peter the Great in 1700 to gain back the Russian lands conquered by Sweden in the 17th century. Of course, Peter's greatest goal was to gain an access to the Baltic Sea. Created as a military construction, the fortress has never played a defensive role. Almost from the very beginning, it was used as a highly secret political prison. Among the first prisoners was Alexis, the native son of Peter the Great. Now the whole complex is an open-air museum. Let's enjoy its history and architecture. The Peter and Paul Fortress was named after the Peter and Paul Cathedral. Now it is the burial place of the Romanov dynasty. Almost all the members of this royal family found their final resting place in the cathedral, beginning from Peter the Great and ending by Nicholas II and his family. This cathedral was the first church of St. Petersburg and the first one in Russia with a special musical mechanism, a carillon in the belfry of the cathedral. The fortress was constructed as a country within a country. Just have a look at the buildings. Here is the building of the Mint, the first enterprise of the city. Till nowadays, coins, badges and medals are produced there. This pavilion, topped to the symbol of navigation, was created to accommodate the first boat of Peter the Great, which probably inspired him to create the Russian Navy, hence the name of the house, the boathouse. This elongated building was the living quarters of the commandant, the most important person of the fortress. The fate of the prisoners of the fortress depended on the decision made in these parts of the commandant's house, where the Supreme Court sat. It was here where the investigations into the cases of the prisoners were held. Behind me is the Neva Gate, one of the gates of the Peter and Paul Fortress. It was constructed in 1787 at the reign of Catherine the Great. Her monogram, letter E, you can see on the top part of the gate. The Neva Gate leads to the Neva River, hence the name of this gate. This is the Neva River, the major waterway of St. Petersburg. And also you can see here the bridge, the Trinity Bridge. There are over 300 bridges in St. Petersburg, and that is why our city is called the Venice of the North. This place overlooks a number of historical buildings. You can see the gilded dome of St. Isaac's Cathedral, which was constructed as the main Russian Orthodox Church of the Russian Empire. And also you can see the green, very festive and bright building. It is the building of the former Winter Palace, the #1 residence of the royal family. Now it's a part of the Hermitage Museum, the largest museum in Russia. Nevsky Prospect, one of the central, hence the busiest streets of the city, with numerous shops, theaters, museums, cafes and lots of people. But despite this hustle and bustle, this place has its own peculiar atmosphere. Nevsky Prospect is everything for St. Petersburg. Almost each building here is a historical landmark. Now I'm standing in the spot where the buildings of different styles blend together. The Cathedral of Our Lady of Kazan is named after the highly venerated Russian icon. Paul I, who laid the foundation of the cathedral, wanted to create a Russian Orthodox Church which could rival with the Cathedral of St. Peter in Vatican. This is the former branch of the Singer Sewing Machine Company. Now it's one of the largest bookshops of St. Petersburg. This festive church is the Church of Our Savior on the Spilled Blood, constructed in the pseudo-Russian style. It marks the place where Alexander II was mortally wounded in 1881 as a result of the terrorist attack. Nowadays, the Church of Our Savior on the Spilled Blood is the largest museum of mosaics in Russia. The mosaic compositions cover around 7,000 square meters outside and inside.